Thank you so much for joining us on the Revised Spotlight series. For all you watchers, I'm Trevor Park. I'm the VP of Marketing with Digital, and this is our new series that we're running, and we have Ethan here. Ethan, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, the company that you're with?
Sure. I'm the CEO and founder of Union. We are almost like an operating system for property management companies. We have 12 products, so if you ask me what we do, it's a little bit like asking Yardi, what do they do? We do quite a bit, but we do it differently. And I think the way to encapsulate that, given that nobody outside of this industry has heard of us, is that we are the largest PropTech company that nobody's ever heard of. This is our first presence at a conference. So this is the first time we've have a commercial presence, other than me just kind of roving around and taking a look at the exhibits. And so we're excited to be here. We're excited to start this commercialization journey and tell you broadly what we do, and then hopefully, watchers get a sense of the value we deliver.
So 12 verticals then.
Yes.
What was the founding vertical, or were there multiple verticals that started at the same time? Yeah,
so I'll describe kind of the product genesis, and then maybe we can talk about the business genesis, to the company genesis. So product, we started on the marketing side, and then just have grown organically. It's been an organic extension of the platform until we cover basically from Google search to move out, all the way through. We are, for the most part, the communication, notification, and tasking layer for our customers. There are a few things that we don't do, but there's a lot that we do. And I think what's interesting about us is that we have such a broad platform built entirely in-house. So if you think of the bigs, Yardi, RealPage, I wouldn't describe them as tech companies. They're more like holding companies. They acquire innovation, which is why some of their products don't play nicely with one another, whereas ours are seamless.
Nice. Okay. So then when you say marketing tool,
yep,
and handling communication to and from, kind of like a CRM, that very simplistically put.
Yes.
Managing leads.
There's a CRM in there for sure.
Within there, and then there's the resident communication portion, and is that handling SMS and email and all of that coming through, or how does that resident play?
So kind of all the digital channels you'd expect from the CRM. We have marketing on top of that, right? And then we've got this CRM, and then extension of that is the lease execution. So all of the communication with a prospect or a resident, basically for all the functions related to marketing, related to setting up tours, applications, renewals, with a resident. Those channels, email, SMS, phone calls, come through our platform. They're recorded, they're transcribed, they're summarized, and they're scored. And so you have an excellent insight into how your teams are performing. If they use any of our tools.
So it truly is end-to-end then.
Yeah,
so
it's end-to-end.
Even handling the renewal aspect and all of that, that's super interesting.
Renewals, transfers, notificates, all the lease execution.
Okay, that's super cool. And then as that comes into play, that's where I'm assuming the credit building side of stuff of your platform kind of came into play as you're kind of evaluating all of the touch points.
Yes.
That's kind of what led into this. Talk a little bit more about how that component came in.
Yeah. So credit builder and ancillary income in general was I saw opportunities to do something innovative. So you can think with credit builder or credit building, rent reporting, it's effectively the offerings available here are just rent reporting. So, however, we and soon we'll be rolling this out, the ability to report on not just rent, but any subscription. So any recurring debt obligation, your Netflix, your gym membership, your car loan, car payment, your cell phone bill, all of that recurring. So the ability to positively impact somebody's credit is material if you have more potential entries. So that component, we built out Credit Builder though as a complement really from a pricing perspective to make it our platform palatable. We are not the low-cost provider. We don't compete on price because our products are better, period, full stop, and they're premium. But to make our platform easier from a pricing perspective, we have ancillary income products that subsidize. And I'll say that we pursued that not just so that our sales conversations were easier. It's really because the income opportunity for us represented an opportunity to avoid having to raise venture capital.
Yeah.
And so ancillary income actually subsidizes our business as well. So It's a subsidy on both sides.
Super interesting. Okay. In terms of how, or maybe I won't tackle that piece yet. In terms of like how the resident engages with that component, is that
Sure.
at lease application, or is that something they have to opt in at any point of them being a resident?
So it's at lease or renewal. So for the subscription piece, it's if they've gone through our lease application flow, we do income verification on the fly where we connect to their bank account directly, right? So there's no exchange of pay stubs, so you avoid the fraud piece there.
Got it. Okay.
And with that connection to their bank account, we know then we have visibility into transactions. Not directly, of course. We don't actually hold any of that data, but we can pull it and run analysis on it through MasterCard. And that's how we're able to report for Credit Builder on things like subscriptions.
Interesting.
It's if you lease, then you don't need to do anything else.
That's really cool. And then is there an option for people outside of being a resident of a community that's using your services? Are they able to opt into a program like this, or is it just exclusive?
Today, no.
Yeah.
Today, it's exclusive to our partners, our customers. Cool. Yeah.
Nice. Talk a little bit about vision of Union. Like, what's next in the pipeline? What are you guys looking to tackle?
Yes.
Where's 2025, 2026 look like?
So I'll give you the future state by talking a little bit about our past, the reason why Union was founded. So Union came, I was working at Amazon. I came from Amazon, out of industry. I was working in AWS, in deep tech, so basically where software and hardware meet. And Amazon is not sustainable as a career, as a life, having a family. So I sent out a note to friends and family, and I said, hey, do any of you have, is there software that you use that you dislike, but you have the buying decision to replace? And if I built something, would you consider it? And so my goal was to find a customer and de-risk the entire process before I ever invested in anything. And a couple of people raised their hands, and it just happened to be in multifamily where the best opportunity was, started on the website side. And my goal was to kind of take ownership of my own time, have the ability to spend more time with my family. And I also just wanted to build something in a way that wasn't corporatized. And I wanted to work with people I enjoyed. And this was it. And that's another reason why I haven't pursued VC. I don't want to work for an institution. I want to work for myself and my colleagues and my customers. And so obviously our ambitions has grown as we've grown as a company, and we've seen the opportunity space, like the aperture is obviously widened. I think there's, to some extent, a gold rush in the AI side to automate everything. And I want to caveat, while everybody's racing to replace their leasing agents, like there is an alternative application of AI to where you just augment your leasing agents, where on a phone call, you're surfacing information, you're responding to prospects' questions in real time. You're making the leasing agents smarter just by being on your platform. They don't need to know things as long as your platform does. And that, I think, has been forgotten by the industry as they're trying to simply just answer the calls for the leasing agents, answer the emails, answer the texts, do the work for them. I think you need to have support for the folks who are still going to be using your platform. And so we've invested heavily there. But the future state, given I feel really confident in our ability to make leasing agents more efficient, is now to pull work off their plate. And everybody kind of sees this as a possibility, but you have to have the full stack. And so at this point, AI is, like intelligence, is a fraction of a cent in an API call. So that's not a selling proposition. The value prop now becomes, what processes can you apply AI to make them more efficient, and what data do you have to act on it? And so we have this incredibly broad platform. I feel like we are very well positioned to take end-to-end, automate all of that, and manage all of the relationship until somebody says, hey, I want to speak to a leasing agent, until they want to escalate, or until somebody says, hey, I want to meet in person. Hand me a key fob or a decal or something like that. Other than that, our platform should be able to handle all of those interactions all the way through.
Nice.
And we're getting there.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting. And then so obviously there's going to be time savings pieces that are brought into this.
Yes.
So not only are you guys bringing in ancillary revenue, you're also bringing in the time saving revenue piece. So you can start factoring in like your average leasing agent costs you X, and we're actually saving them 3 hours a day, a week, whatever. Multiply that out. This is your additional savings that you're seeing on top of that. I mean, ultimately, like you're going to build a product that doesn't cost anything because of the revenue that you're bringing in and the time savings that you're bringing in.
The goal is for it to be incredibly inefficient, hugely valuable to their customers.
That's super exciting. It's really cool. In terms of people getting in touch with you and learning more about Union, where do they go? Where's the best way to reach out?
GoUnion.com, GoUnion.com. Eventually we'll buy Union.com. Not today. That's $1 million domain. Reach out to us there.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Ethan. This is
Appreciate it, Trevor.
This is great.